so glad that you're here. So very welcome. My name is Linda Lange and I'm a life energy coach, and I'm here in this world to build a community of like-minded people that love and trust spiritual practices and self-healing. So maybe you are the one to join our community next. So today in this episode, I'm going to talk about thoughts and how I realized that I am not my thoughts or my mind, and you are not your thoughts and your mind either. And I want to share with you today why, how it happened, and what it all means. So let's get started. The first time I had this realization that I'm not my thoughts is not that long ago. It's maybe a couple of years ago. You wouldn't believe nearly 40 years have I spent in my life thinking that are my thoughts. It's not that I really thought about it the whole time, but I really thought that my mind is the most important part of me, and that it's really driving everything. It's ruling my life. It's ruling the world that I live in, and I really thought my body, for example, is not as important. I'm more of a brainy person than a body person, and I really thought that, yeah, thoughts, my mind is really the ultimate, the number one that is ruling everything. And I was so wrong. You would say probably now, whoa, Linda, it took you so long to realize that. And yes, it did take me a long time to realize it. But now I'm very glad that I did. Really what helped me a lot with it was meditation. So I cannot really pinpoint anymore the exact moment that I probably had this realization. I think it was more of a bit more of a journey and a more lengthy process. But really meditating, being in the meditative state of mind and letting your mind be quiet really made me realize that there is something else out there. There is something else other than my mind and my thoughts. So really what I want to share as well in this video today is that our mind and our thoughts that are coming from our mind are really just a tool. They're a tool that we should be using, and a tool that sometimes we don't need to use and we can actually switch off. Who would have thought? And yeah, we are not our mind, we are not our body, we are not our thoughts, because when you're meditating, and when you are meditating, you would have realized this already, that when you take your attention off of your body and the surroundings and the environment, and you actually quieten your mind and there are no thoughts, you are still there. Yeah, right. We're still there. There is still something. There is an awareness. There is our true self that is coming out. So that's exactly what made me realize, oh, hang on a minute. There is something else. There's something bigger than my mind and my thoughts that are coming out of my mind. So for me, this was mind-blowing. And it helped me so much to start really using the mind more as a tool and to switch it off if I don't need it, if I don't want it, especially in this area where your thoughts are just going round in a circle and it's just a thinking spiral that is going on. And what I realized as well is that the thoughts are predominantly either in the past or in the future. So what do I mean by that? If I observe my thoughts a little bit more, so since I know that I am not my thoughts or my mind, I started observing them a little bit more. And I realized that they are most of the times to do with the past. So they are thinking about something that happened, maybe a conversation that I'm keep reflecting again and again and think about, oh, how could it have been different or better? So it's in the past, and it's using the memories and really just, yeah, it's kind of stuck there and doesn't let me get out of that past, or the thoughts are about the future. So it's maybe the to-do list that still needs to happen, or it's a meeting that you have planned for next week at work and you're a bit worried about of how it goes, how does it play out. So your mind is keep thinking and thinking of all the different scenarios that can be, or it might be even worrying, right? So it can be worrying, it can stress you out, it can make you, about past events, it can make you maybe feel guilty or even ashamed. And that's such a pity, given that, as we just learned, the thoughts and the mind are just a tool. So I realized this about the thought and the past, and that if we are in the present moment, which we are quite often when we meditate, or we're putting our awareness on the present moment that we're in, that there are actually no thoughts. The mind is still, because the mind doesn't exist in the present moment. And who taught me that is actually Eckhart Tolle. I read this book about a year ago. This is a German version, and the English version is called The Power of Now. So this is really eye-opening about the thoughts, the mind, and the present moment. So really highly can recommend that book. And really what I learned as well out of this, all of these realization that I shared with you already as well, is that the thoughts that we're having and that might actually not be helpful, these are the thoughts, of course, when we're not using them as a tool, right? They can eat up a lot of our energy. They can take a lot of our focus away and our energy away, and they can stress us out. And that's just not really helpful. So I really try now to stop it when I realize it and say, no, 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 you can stop this now. This is not useful. This is not getting me anywhere. And really protect my energy that way quite a bit more, and not waste it on thoughtless moments and where the mind tries to rule the world, because the mind is always on, minimum when we're awake, and if we give it the space, it will keep going on and on and on. You might know exactly what I'm talking about. So if we can be more in the present moment, we enjoy our lives much more, we enjoy what is happening around us, and we can actually that way shut off the brain and these thoughts happening when we catch ourselves. And yeah, we want to just start using the mind and the thoughts for practical things like planning the next holiday or working on this project. For all of that, the mind is very, very helpful, but it can as well just not be very helpful and really get you in these thought spirals that you just don't want to be in if they're just not resourceful or helpful for you. Am I right? So yeah, I wanted to share with you today this realization that it was eye-opening for me to think, I am not my mind, I am not my thoughts, there is something else in me, my true inner self, that is so much nicer than some of the thoughts that we are having, right? And I hope you had already this realization before, and you say, let me know, well, that took you a long time. If that's the case, hey, congratulations. If not, maybe this video has helped you to realize it. And yeah, not start thinking about it. We don't want to think that much. But yes, still have a think about it and see how it resonates with you. Thank you so much for checking out this video and being here with me. And yes, check out the other videos with some other lessons in spiritual practices and science. And I would love for you to as well join me in my Facebook group, Raising Our Energy, or on Instagram that you follow me. So that would be lovely, and speak to you very soon. Bye bye.